Shall we begin?
Welcome to the Happy Monster Cast. I'm your host, Scott Marchand Davis of Happy Monster Press.
Let's begin now.
This week on the Happy Monster Cast, the misfits find the Fae Queen and face their most surprising opponents yet. This podcast contains adult language and adult situations. Previously on the Happy Monster Cast, a band of misfits has joined in an effort to break the power of the big boys over the Holler, including preacher Piety Jackson, gouger Karl son of Karl, mountain magician Buck Grayson, bootleg distiller Booker Noe, and itinerant crooner Old Blue. The misfits are seeking the ability to command demons and set them on the big boys. What price will the Fae Queen ask for this power? Let's recap. Okay, so you are on your way to the Faefall because this weird prophet guy, who is also happens to be the head of the religious sect that Piety belongs to, he told you a story about visiting the Faefall and becoming the Fae Queen's lover, and that the Fae Queen can command demons. So he thinks that you might be able to convince her to share her secrets with you, or she might just have her minions eat you. So, but you're going to give it a try.
Well, all right. This is going to put my charm and sweet talking to the test, but here we go.
So you're on your way to the Faefall. You were attacked by the Riders of Industry.
Right. Yes, the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Right. These mythological figures who are responsible for the blighting of the Holler. And you managed to take them all down, and there's only one survivor. And he's badly injured and pinned under his horse. So you now have the opportunity to talk to this guy.
Did we kill the other one that's up there?
This guy is the one who's left. He's badly injured and pinned under his horse. The other three are all dead.
Oh, okay. Because on my screen it says that two of them are still alive.
Yeah, no, this one you killed right at the end.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't actually take him off the map. So this one guy up in the top left is the only one still standing. So you have the opportunity to talk to him if you want, or put him down. Entirely up to you.
Yeah, well, I mean, it would be a good policy to talk to him first. I think so. So I go up to him and I say, "Brother, are you in a lot of pain?
Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me."
Is he still wearing his mask?
He is still wearing his mask.
Can I take the mask off of him?
Well, yeah.
So when you try to do that, he fights you. He's like, "No, man, no, don't take the mask. If you take the mask, I'm going to breathe in the blight. And then I'm never going to get out of here."
And
what do you mean by that?
We're not breathing blight.
Yeah,
we seem okay.
We're not wearing masks and we're okay.
It says, "No, man, I know this place. I know what this place is. The big boys, they said you folks was getting uppity. See, and they told us about the blight, and it's everywhere. And this place is awful. You people are just pitiful, and we should show you no mercy."
Well, we should probably try and take that mask off of him.
All right, he's badly wounded, so with a little bit of work you do, and he's just kind of an ordinary looking dude. He's a little bit more of a darker complexion than you're used to in the Holler.
See, no blight. You're fine.
No blight.
No,
don't worry about it.
But I got to get home. I got to get home to the city.
City? What city?
City of what?
New York City.
New York City.
New York City.
Get a rope.
How
I know you folk don't know anything about it because them big boys, they don't want you to know.
Where in
Well,
New York City? Anybody
no.
heard of that place before?
Now I've read in newspapers from the olden times about New York City, and I know for one thing is for absolutely certain. Billy Sunday did a revival in New York City, and he said, "Yeah, it was a town full of sinners, but there are sinners everywhere. Sinners can be redeemed." So
I sure am a sinner. I sure am a sinner. I've stolen. I've conned people out of their life savings with the cards.
Every saint's got a past. Every sinner's got a future.
Well, and son, the road to righteousness begins with a step on that road. And if you're willing to be saved, salvation is waiting for you.
Well, I'm not going to hook up with you people because you're doomed. But I just got to get home. I got to get back to the station.
Well, now let's back up just a second. How exactly did you get here from New York City?
Well, that Galloway feller, he recruited me in New York. He bailed me out of jail, trained me up, gave me this gear along with Red and Bumpsy and Dennis over there. And, they said this place was just the worst place on earth, that the people here were just pitiful, barely human, deserved no mercy.
Okay, I'm going to take a quick little fact check here. Isn't this entire area surrounded by some kind of an impenetrable wall of separation?
It is.
Yes.
He said, yeah, that's what they told us. And sure doesn't look like the modern world here. Barely a radio to be seen. I don't think there's a paved road in this whole place. Sure ain't no skyscrapers. You have no idea what a skyscraper is.
So how did you get on this side of the wall? Is there a door?
They brought us through at the station. I don't know where it is though. They blindfolded us. They figured I guess they figured this might happen, and they weren't going to risk any of you all finding your way out.
So tell us about the station. There's a train station?
Yeah, there's a train in there. It's underground inside a mountain, I think. Which doesn't give you a whole lot of information considering the Holler.
I got a question. What is a train?
Oh, it's Iron Horse. It's you guys got cars here. It's like a big car that runs on metal rails.
Yeah,
there's a whole bunch of them hitched together. Man, you are primitives, aren't you?
This place is so hilly. We don't much go in for trains. It's like a mine car. It's like a mine train. Mine wagon that rolls.
Oh, mine wagon. Okay.
To carry people.
Yeah, a steam engine. Sometimes a diesel if it's a fancy newfangled train.
Okay, so what is a diesel? What is that?
It's it's like a car engine but different fuel.
Okay.
No,
I'm lost at this point. My guy doesn't really understand. He can't wrap his head around it.
Starts popping mushrooms.
So I say, I asked the guy, well, what year is it on your calendar? What year do you think this is?
Oh, it's 1933. Things are rough hereabouts. I've been, trying to make my way with some petty theft, get out of the Hoovervilles. You have no idea what a Hooverville is either.
I have no idea what that is, but
is that a place of vacuums?
Kind of jive.
What? You mean
I think that's a little later, hon.
That's a little later. That's a little later. What the heck? So you were blindfolded when they brought you in on this train. We
weren't blindfolded on the train. They were blindfolded when they took us from the train out into this wilderness, this godforsaken land you all live in.
Wherever two or more are gathered in His name, and it's not godforsaken.
Preacher man, is you? Oh, look,
I'm
pretty messed up here. I'm pretty messed up here. I figure I'm just going to take my chances in the wilderness here because maybe the Galloway folk will find me and take me back home. But if I'm associated with you folk, then they'll just put a bullet in my head.
All right. So I pulled everybody back aside. And I'm like, it doesn't sound to me like this guy is under a spell or has been like brainwashed per se. It sounds like he's just badly misinformed. Like this is propaganda. This sounds like propaganda, not some kind of drug-induced or magic-induced, occult mind control.
Yeah, that's just false evidence appearing as real. So it's like his belief systems are all mangled up. He doesn't have facts and reason.
What the heck are we going to do with this guy?
I'm still trying to wrap my head around what a train is.
hands you the bag of mushrooms and like grabs like the white caps and like the red caps. And it's like, here.
We're just gonna pass that along.
It's a very modern thing. I wouldn't worry too much about it at this point.
You don't have to operate it. You just have to hit the things.
Right.
And shoot things.
So let's go back to this guy. So tell me about the woman who can speak to demons.
The who, the what now? Demons? What are you talking about?
Okay, just stay put for a second.
Well, you're not quite to the faith hall yet, so it's possible he's never been there and does not know anything about the faith wing.
I'm just gonna do a notice roll.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Do I think he's lying?
You think he's being
look at his
straight with
body
you?
language.
You think he's being straight with you? He's certainly panicked. He's terrified of inhaling blight. He really wants his mask back.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, is there any way to sort of disarm that fear pattern and be like, dude, we're not going to hurt you. This isn't stuff that's harmful to you. This is all, stuff that you've been told to believe, but factually isn't.
Let me do a persuasion based on, sort of like a faith healing, consolation, wisdom type thing.
All your beliefs are wrong. You've been lied to your entire
All your
life.
beliefs are wrong. Look, use the evidence of your own eyes.
All your false beliefs belong to us.
Exactly.
There's no base to your false belief.
He's like, well, I hear you, preacher, and it's clear that you aren't quite the primitive rubes that I was led to believe, but
primitive rubes.
Well, that's what they told me. That's what they told me you all were.
Well, now we're not going to take offense because that's what the man was told. We know that that's incorrect, but obviously this is new information to him. So.
His lack of critical thinking skills.
Hey, I assume you were healing yourself there, Buck.
Yeah, I'm just standing there and I'm just like listening and agreeing. Like,
if you want to try to heal Old Blue, he's also injured.
Absolutely.
Yep. So you got both of them back to normal.
Okay. Cool.
So he says, "Look, I just want to get out of here and see if I can make my way back to somewhere where a Galloway is gonna let me get back home." That's what they told us. If we did this job, they'd let me go back home. Now, obviously, I kind of botched it real bad here, but maybe they'll at least, at this point, I'd settle for them putting me back on the train and throwing me back in a cell.
Question. Is there any way that we can maybe give him a scrap of our clothing or some of our shitty stuff as a way to sort of convince those guys that, like, oh, we're dead, see? Yeah, just tell them that you got them. You're the last surviving one and you just want to go home.
Sure, maybe it might work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We do that and that gives us a lot of that gives us like a head start to like continue doing what we're doing at a clipped pace.
Okay.
Possibly.
I pull everybody over to the side. Okay, it's like, look, I like that idea of sending some of us back with them to kind of establish this. But how about this for an idea? How about if we take his clothes, take his mask, one of us puts on the clothes and the mask and assumes the role of the Ghost Rider, and then we all go back there with the quote unquote Ghost Rider leading prisoners. And then once we get back there, we play it by ear. Then they might be able to, if we convince them that, because whoever's under the mask will be the Ghost Rider. And then we can find out about this station, and we might be able to find a way to break the barrier. We might be able to, get outside help and get rid of the big boys once and for all.
Technically, we have 4 costumes.
Aha! Aha!
Eats more mushrooms.
Nice. Oh my
Takes
God.
a little bit of mint, starts chewing that, starts rubbing bark on the arms.
That is an idea.
Filing toenails.
No, the only challenge there is this guy doesn't know where to go.
Yeah. Nobody knows where to go. We only have this story.
Where's his meetup? Where's your meetup?
Says
What was supposed to happen after you killed us?
They were going to send him home, in theory.
Well, he's got to talk to somebody and say, I did it.
it wasn't just you. There were a whole bunch of rabble rousers we were supposed to take down. Some lady named Ella May. There's some folk up in the mountains, supposed to be some kind of gathering of criminals. There's some folk trying to unionize over in the mines. A lot of folks that we're supposed to deal with.
Where did you come from today? I mean, you were obviously waiting right here, and you were, kind of on this path because, theoretically, we could just go back to where you came from this morning and follow your trail back to the original source, and where you first got your orders. Follow it back to whoever's given the calling the shots around here.
Well, sure. I suppose that might, you might be able to do that. We came in from the Hogback Hills this morning. Some feller named Ashdown has a supply depot there. And so that's where they dispatched us from.
Mm.
Okay. So if we were to take your costumes, we were to take your role, your mask, your whatever, and we just let you go free. Okay. We're not going to harm you. You're not going to do anything. We're just going to turn you loose and you just cool your heels for a little while. We will arrange, because I'll tell you, they're not going to send you back. I mean,
no, they're going to kill you. They're bad guys.
These are bad guys. I mean, now
they're going to shoot you. They're going to be like, "Oh, you did the thing we wanted you to do.
Yeah,
boom, you're done." Yeah.
What's in it for them to pay for your passage back?
Exactly. They're bluffing. You just did their dirty work.
But if we go take them out, then we will see you back to New York City because we need you to show us the way out of here.
But I don't know the way out of here. That's the problem. They brought me in, but they brought me in, and I have no idea where. It was a good solid day of travel before they let me see where I was.
Wouldn't you rather come with us and figure out a means back than to solo and possibly increase your chances of harm?
If they get the slightest hint that I associated with you all, hell, if they hear about me talking to you, then yeah, they are going to shoot me.
So the question is, how do we disguise him so they don't know it's him? Or how do we disguise ourselves so we look like the four? Yeah, exactly. That's our question.
And then just have him go run for the hills, go protect himself.
If you all think that putting on the gas mask and the coat is going to fool the Galloways and the Ashdowns, maybe you are the rubes they told me you were.
Well, why wouldn't it work?
Look, you go your way, I'll go my way. You do whatever business you're doing, and I'll do mine. But I ain't going to help you take them down because I'm not suicidal.
If we were to do this and go over there, is there a code phrase or a password that we would need to know?
They know my face. They know my name.
Yeah.
They know all of our faces and all of our names.
So when you go back to them, you take the mask off? I thought you were worried about the blight.
In the station, there's no blight. So when they take me back to the station, they're going to take my mask off when I get there. They put the mask on when we left. And sure as shooting, well, you're going to be dead. Not to put too fine a point on it.
That's pretty fine.
Do we kill him?
I'd rather just turn him loose. So the preacher and me, even though he did try to kill us, now that we're here, it will be kind of cold-blooded murder, not.
Yeah,
And
that's
they're
true.
gonna know.
Why don't we hand him over?
What if we tie him up and take his clothing? Tie him up and take his clothing.
Okay.
Why don't we bring him with us and let them decide what goes on with him?
Carl, you have the bloodthirsty
too
hindrance
dirty.
and the impulsive hindrance.
I want to hit him.
Yeah.
I would like you to make now that you know he's not going to cooperate, I would like you to make a spirit roll at -4.
Oh man, we're gonna kill him.
So I'll give you
I
two
guess
options.
he's dead.
You can either get I will give you a Benny if you kill him, or you can make the spirit roll to try to resist your bloodthirst.
Can I help him? Can I lower his trait? Can I please help him?
No, this man has annoyed me.
Okay.
Oh, look, I rolled a
I can't
1.
put a hand on his back and be like, dude, do it. Well, that settles that. Alrighty.
Okay.
So Carl,
Alrighty.
here's a Benny for putting him down.
You're playing your character, but like, ow. Spending it.
And in the moment,
Man,
I said,
annoyance is so pricey.
dog, on it, you know?
You talk a lot, Brunch.
This is a hard old world.
It is a hard old world. And so, but maybe not as hard as you think. Because
Look at it this way. He didn't have to commit suicide.
Wow, he
didn't.
Oh, okay.
Because as you cut through a pass, following the Wild Eddy River, you reach Lake Orchard. The sun is shining brightly. There is not a cloud in the sky.
Okay, it's funny that you say the sun is shining bright. Oh, there it is. Sorry.
In the dark.
In the dark.
On the map.
Darkness.
So, what does heaven look like? No living man or woman knows. The vista arising before you might offer a hint. The dark waters of the Wild Eddy turn calm and offer a crystal-piercing view as they empty into a large lake. 1,000 shades of vibrant green paint the grass, the trees, the bushes. Abundant growth everywhere, not a trace of city blight in the air. Wildflowers pinioning their pink and yellow faces towards the one true sun, sharing its full warmth with them and with you. You take a deep breath. Heaven. Or is that an angel? No, sir. A buzzing critter like a dragonfly, if a dragonfly had a human face on the end of its sparkling green stem of body, goes zinging right past your head. It seems to sup on a swirl of blight rising from the Wild Eddy, sups and sups until it bloats like a stout baby pig. Then poof, that fat dragonfly explodes and the blight disappears like magic. You turn your head back to the lake. More of them are buzzing around, buzzing and supping on any stray blight that dares float into this beautiful land. Supping, bloating, exploding. A strange heaven, to be sure. This is really weird. It's so weird that I need you all to make fear checks.
I haven't been eating any mushrooms, have I?
It is
accidentally.
so alien. It's so alien to you to see this beautiful place. And these
it's
weird...
uncanny, beautiful, and pretty when it should be a little more bleak. Yeah. Okay. So it's like, what is this mind screwery? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm good.
Spirit. Okay.
Surprisingly, not so much.
Spirit.
Yeah. How many do I have?
Hey, there we go. I'll take it.
I might need to Benny that.
You are the only one.
Yeah. All right. I will Benny.
Oof.
All right, you're good. So it's a little freaky, a little uncanny valley, but you're good. So you move deeper into the Fayfall around the south side of the lake. And as you do, you see around a dozen creatures frolicking in a glade between the banks of the lake and some lush, mossy forest. These creatures look like beautiful horses, except that they're more like a bluish white, a color you've never seen in a horse before.
Ooh. Pretty.
So this is like My Little Pony.
Kind of, yeah. No wings or unicorn horns or anything, but
Anything?
from notice, you notice that there are about a dozen horse-like creatures frolicking.
All right. So yeah, nothing.
Let me do
Frolicking. How weird.
I'll do an occult roll.
Occult is definitely appropriate.
Ooh.
Okay, you've heard of creatures like this. You think they might be kelpies,
Ah,
and they are dangerous to touch because you will stick to them, and then they will dive to the bottom of the lake, taking you with them.
Oh,
Oops.
creepy.
I want to touch the horsey.
No.
resist.
So, what are you going to do here? Are you going to approach or keep your distance?
Do they appear to be acting intelligent, or are they just acting the way that horses do?
They just seem like wild horses playing around, having a day.
All right. So
They're creepy.
I will call out to them, "Good afternoon."
There is no response to the horses from the horses.
That's a horse, you dummy.
However, with
You gotta speak horse.
with a bit of a pop, a weird little critter appears in front of you.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
This guy is about 4 feet tall, with pointy ears, and kind of a fox-like fur all over him. And he says, good afternoon.
Those are some beautiful animals.
Yeah. I figure you youngins came for your fellers there. Might be the Fey Queen will give them back to you if you play with me.
Well,
What? I'm going to check. I'm going to do a
Fellers.
mind read and check him.
Yeah,
Right.
the fellers over there. And he points at the horses.
So
See,
the humans have been turned into Hellkeys.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, of course. What question would you like to ask
What is he talking about?
So
Play
you
with
can-
him? Like, is he
you can
messing
get
with us? Is he trying to trick us?
So you want to know if he's trying to
Good
trick you.
God.
And the answer is no, he is not trying to trick you. And the folklore answer is this is totally possible that the Fae would turn people into Kelpies if they offended them in some way. He said, but he absolutely wants you to play with him. And he says, yeah, we found them partying on the banks of the lake here. Yeah, normally we don't mind a human party, but they decided they were going to start killing the deer, killing the squirrels, and then they started shooting the scrummies with their derringers before the scrummies exploded. That was not
What's
a
a
bright idea.
scrummy?
Oh, that's dumb.
Because if they shot them before they exploded, the blight got back out.
Uh-oh.
That does seem disrespectful and ill-advised.
And
Agreed.
the Fae Queen, she loved them scrummies because they're not so pretty, but they're super handy.
Ah.
Yeah, well, they
So,
certainly do a good job of keeping this place blight-free.
Yeah, keeping the blight out is good. We can all agree on that.
So she decided these riffraff would just be would turn them into kelpies where they would protect the lake instead of causing trouble. And they're gonna ride out. They'll knock out any of you humans who come in.
What about humans like us that are trying to help?
Oh, you want to help, huh? Well, if you play a game with me, then yeah, I totally help you. I can totally help you out here. I can get you to the Fake Queen. Maybe she'll decide she'll give these guys back to you. But you better play good, right?
Question. Can I use
I love
Beast Friend?
questions.
Well, Scott, question. Can I cast Beast Friend and have the Beast Friend play with him so that if this thing is trying to trick us or whatever?
No, Beast Friend allows you to make friends with animals. It doesn't produce a Beast Friend.
Oh, right. Okay, so no, never mind.
Play a game.
Ah, you look like you can play. How about I ask you? How about we play a riddle game?
Uh-oh.
You know any riddles? I know some riddles.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
I bet you guys know some good ones. I want to split my sides here.
Okay.
All right, so all right, give me a good answer here. Good answer. I want to see a good answer out of you people. You gotta entertain me, okay? I want to be entertained. What kind of horses have the smallest feet?
What kind of horses have the smallest feet?
Yeah. You look real serious, preacher man. What kind of horses have the small feet? Not a hard question.
Well, I could say, well, what comes to mind is sawhorses.
Sawhorses? What the hell are you talking about? That's awesome. Sawhorses? What the hell's a sawhorse? Is like a horse with a saw for a head? What are you talking about, preacher man?
Okay.
Start explaining the
So should I
mechanics.
explain this or okay?
Sawhorses. What's that? What, you got hammer horses too? Nail horses?
No, it's not quite like that. They call
boy.
them that. It's a bunch of timbers.
We're having fun.
You, sir, are boring me.
How about what about seahorses?
They ain't got no feet at all. That's a good one. That's a good one, preacher man. Okay. We'll go
A
with the
tiny
feet.
horse?
Yeah, there you go. To small. That guy knows what he's talking about.
Horseshoes.
Horseshoe. Well, what do you mean? Horseshoes don't have feet. Horseshoes are
What about
feet.
the tiny tips? If you could put them like that, those are the feet of them.
Horseshoes
are the feet.
You are for a man with a pocket full of shrooms. You are hella boring. That's all I have to say to you, sir.
Oh, boy.
That's boring. Yeah, that guy at the sawhorse. that's funny. Sawhorses. Gee. Okay. What has 4 legs and can see just as well from either end?
What was that? Say it again.
What has 4 legs and can see just as well from either end?
A politician.
A blind horse.
Blind horse. That's like a broken clock hitting the right time twice.
What the hell's a politician?
People that wear suits and pretend to care about people but take their stuff.
Oh, I should be a politician. Can I get a suit for one of you guys?
You just pretend to care and ramble on and on. That's all you have to do.
That's amazing. Now you're not boring anymore. That's much better.
You get to vote your own salary, man.
Vote your own salary. What the
Yeah,
hell is
so
a
you can increase
salary?
it.
Is that like carrots and celery? What are you talking
That's
about?
pieces of paper, so you can trade that in for goodies that you
Pieces
things you
of paper
want.
you trade for goodies?
Yeah,
You
like
all are
these flat things.
cray,
Yeah, I know.
man.
Humans have this whole thing. Yeah,
All
Don't
right, all right.
introduce capitalism to the Fae.
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
Okay, I got another one. Oh,
Right.
when is a horse not a horse?
When it's a pony.
Boring.
When is a horse not a horse?
Come on, I know you got some good guys. You guys are funny. You can come up with something good.
When it's a quarter horse.
Oh, good one. That's clever. Yeah, that's a clever one. Yeah, quarter horse. I got a better answer than that, though. I got a totally better answer than that. When it turns into a pasture. Ah!
Boy.
Okay, I got another one. You gotta give me a good answer here, and I'll take you to the queen. You just gotta give me something that really gets me going. Yeah, splits my sides here.
Right.
How many horses does it take to change a lantern?
Oh, I know.
Okay, big boy, you lay it on me.
2. The trick is getting them in there.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. He's actually rolling on the grass, howling. I like you, big man. I like you.
That was awesome.
I'm gonna take you to the queen.
Oh,
Totally taking you to the queen. Let's go.
Well done.
I didn't even get the joke right.
So he says, all right, come on. So he leads you further into the Fayfall. He continues to kind of poke fun at you and josh you throughout the way. Hey, old man, can you play that banjo, or is it just a decoration?
Who's got a banjo?
That'd be me. Sorry, I was on mute.
On mute?
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean?
I can definitely play. So you want me to go ahead and just do performance?
Yeah, but so you're going to do performance, but I want you to tell me before you roll what kind of a song you're going to play for this guy.
A funny ballad.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and do the performance roll.
Perfect.
Oh, he is so amused, beyond amused. It's like, I was going to feed y'all to my wampas, but you're pretty funny, so I figure I'll just take you right to the queen.
I thought that was the plan.
Well, sure. I mean, that was the plan, but only if you didn't bore me. Otherwise, I figure the wampas could use a meal, but you guys are too funny to feed to a wampas.
Thank you.
I like
it. He says, okay, here we go. So he leads you up to a waterfall. He says, Queen's right in here. Come on. And he just runs right through the waterfall.
All right, so we follow along.
All right, you're slightly soaked, but you emerge into a large cave with a truly opulent setting that is particularly appealing to Buck.
Are there any squirrels, by the way?
There, you saw some on the way, yeah.
Okay, so I
Don't
start
mess
looking at
with
them. I start looking at them and sort of chittering, and then I look at everyone and I go, "Well, if you are what you eat," I pull out a bunch of nuts from my bag. I just start like chomping them back. You are what you eat, and we're completely nuts. And I'm looking at the squirrels, and
that
I'm
makes up for how boring you were. So past the waterfall, it's opulent. There's vibrant trumpeting balloons, giant mushrooms that serve as platforms or dining tables, ornate beds covered with flowers, constant music that sounds like wind chimes and delicate strings. The cave is showered with a sparkling silvery light, and it feels really surreal. There's all kinds of fae folk running around, busying themselves with domestic tasks, pouring tea for invisible guests, sweeping, setting tables. And in the center of the cave, there's a 20-foot tall mushroom.
Oh boy.
Sitting upon it is an absolutely stunning creature surrounded by 4 small human children. She is fiercely beautiful and winged, wearing a diaphanous white gown and a crown of pink roses. And strangely, her hair is blue, but her skin is a dark mahogany. And so your buddy here rolls on up. He says, "Hey, Your Majesty, I brought you some supplicants. They're here to get those kelpies turned back into folks." Fascinating. So
I immediately whip out my
Hey, now.
my violin and I try to seduce her with
Oh boy.
with a ballad, a romance ballad.
okay.
Oh boy.
You want a performance?
Sure. Give me a performance roll.
Can I assist him in any way? Boost that somehow?
I'm gonna go ahead and reroll.
Yeah, you do get a free. No, you get a free reroll. I'll give you your Benny back.
Oh, okay.
Remember, because picking and grinning, you always get a free reroll.
Ah, yes. I like that though.
Yeah, that's very respectable. See how hers goes. She says, "Oh, your playing is quite amusing, old man, but perhaps you would have been more successful in luring me if you were 50 years younger."
I'm sorry. It's just your beauty captivated me, and I felt like I had to play.
So you're quite charming. What is it that you can offer me for the return of your friends?
Knowledge that will help you rid the world of the blight and of the big boys that are cursing this land.
A prodigious offer, man of the false god.
I'll let that pass, but okay.
Ooh.
I'm fighting words. I said that out of character.
Now, just a reminder, you didn't actually come here to free the Kelpies.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say,
No,
is
I
that
was
why
going to
we're
say,
here?
are the Kelpies actually our people? Because the Kelpies sound like they were jerks when they were not Kelpies.
You're not here to free the Kelpies, big man?
No,
Well,
I kind of feel like they're doing a good job
It's a side benefit.
defending what they're doing.
Very well, then what brought you to the Fayfall? She sort of flicks a finger at the Spriggan and he runs off into a corner like, oh crap. Oh crap.
Okay, so we are here to ask you to cooperate with us. May feel like we're asking for a favor, but this will benefit you as much as it'll benefit us. The big boys who are here in this land, they're operating their evil machines, and they're the product of all these dominating evil machines that they're running, which are purely for profit and domination, is creating this blight. It's a manifestation of their malfeasance, their abuse of the earth and abuse of natural powers. If we were to be able to, the demons that infest this land, infest from the mountains to the valleys, are all a product of the curse that they have brought to us. Okay, and so if you, because my understanding is that you have the ability to speak to these and to do a limited removal of this blight, if you were to talk to these demons and free them, then they would revert to being humans, and then they would be, the big boys and their evil machines would be driven from this place and the blight would go away. Everybody wins.
So as you speak, the light of the cave grows darker and the air starts to feel cold all around you. The Spriggans and the other Fey folk grow quiet.
Is it possible that I can kind of move into stealth, kind of a little bit away from the group without being noticed?
You can, but wait for the next thing.
Okay.
She says, "You speak with wisdom. This is a power that I can grant you to summon demons and communicate with them. But the magic of the Fae is not given lightly. It carries a heavy price, one that most humans cannot bear. First, before you can have this power, you must suffer your darkest selves."
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil.
What of the rest of you? Are you prepared to face the darkness within you?
Well, I'm perfect, so that should be fine for me.
I'm the toughest person I know. I'm pretty sure I could beat myself up.
I suppose so. Starts eating a bunch of them. Starts eating stuff.
I don't know, guys.
I lean over.
Wait, do we all have to do this?
I lean over and I
Are we
say,
sure we want to go down this path?
come on.
How,
You
how
go
much
do
do
that.
we
I'll
want this?
hold the bags.
What about you guys get this power?
No guts, no glory. No balls, no breakfast.
We
Come
don't
on.
all need this power, right?
All or none, humans. I will not share this power with one whose comrades are unwilling to face their darkness.
Well, I guess in for a penny, in for a pound.
We're in this together. We'll be
There
with
we
you.
go. Hold hands.
All right.
So
Right.
All
she says,
right.
very well, good luck. And she gestures. And
Karl?
you're surrounded by a swirl of bright rainbow colors. And then you appear in a fairy circle with a crowd of pixies flitting outside, some giggling, some looking concerned. And around the boundary of the circle, a plume of light appears. And you find yourselves increasingly in darkness until you appear in a cave.
Are we still all holding hands?
Sure, why not?
I hope so.
I'm
Awesome.
squeezing really tightly.
Karl, why is your hand all
Come on.
sweaty?
There's blight
That's not sweat.
There's blight everywhere,
Oh, God.
and 5 dark shapes appear around you, each appearing to be a shadowy version of one of you. They're grotesque, blight-infested shapes. And as you begin to fight with them, you suffer scattered visions of your past. You see tough decisions you made or failures you endured. You see people who died or disappeared. You see images of rewritten history where you are responsible for the suffering of others. You start to realize these doppelgangers are evolutions of your future, corrupted and broken, having given into the extremes of your flaws and vices. You see yourselves as the demons you might become if the blight takes you completely, sloughing horrific abominations, still with the sentience of humanity within you, without any means of controlling the horror, anger, or crippling apathy you've succumbed to. And ever present all around you, choking out your humanity and testing your will, you see the cause of it all, the blight. This is what it truly means to be a demon. All right.
Well, that ain't good.
So this is a dramatic task. You have 3 rounds to accumulate 15 tokens. You can accumulate these tokens by rolling spirit or by incapacitating the doppelgangers. Rolling spirit is an action. So you have to decide, do you want to go for a multi-action penalty and both fight and roll spirit? Or do you want to try to roll really high in you roll high in your spirit and deal with them? But either way, they're going to be coming at you.
All right.
So that is going to put us into combat. 3
All right.
rounds, 15 tokens. Choose wisely. Well, that's going to help. Booker, you drew a joker, which means you can do 2 actions at no penalty. The Booker doppelganger is right up here, by the way.
Is he doing anything? Is he threatening or just bad?
It looks like they're moving
feeling.
in towards you.
And
And this one is moving slowly and is also chugging moonshine as it comes at you. It's got moonshine in one hand and horrible blight-ridden claws in the other. On the other hand, Piety's doppelganger, which appears to be enraged by something, possibly by Piety, is going to be coming at him first. What would you like to do?
I feel like we shouldn't kill them. I mean, I feel like this is a test, and as sad and horrible as this is, I don't know if I want to kill my doppelganger.
Surely you want to kill Piety's doppelganger, though, or maybe old news.
Yeah,
Oh, is that what I want to do?
I've accumulated enough annoying points over the course of this campaign. All right, so is it my action right now?
No, it is Booker's action. Unless you want to hold, because you did draw a joker, so you don't have to act right now. But otherwise, Piety's doppelganger is going to go first.
I'm going to cast Sloth on him.
That'll work. Lob some slow moonshine at him.
Right.
You also want to roll spirit to try to get some tokens.
Oh.
Well, that's very effective. I'm going to recharge your power points too, because you did have some travel time to recoup them. All right, so you have slowed down that guy, and you have gained 1 spirit. So 14 to go. So he's moving very slowly, but it's not so slow that he can't roll on up on Piety anyway. And he rolls on up and says, "You always see the good in people, and the ones you spare go on to wreak destruction and havoc upon the innocent."
Can I respond now, or do I have to wait?
Well, now you can respond now that he's rolled, because you need to beat a 6 with a smarts roll in order to avoid the effect of this taunt.
Okay, so I will say I always see the potential in people, and if they go on to do bad things and squander their own potential, then that is between them and God.
All right, you shook that off, and then he claws you.
Oh, well, okay.
What?
How about
Wait, what?
how about the kick you in the shin? Maybe I'll win the argument that way. Okay, you jerk.
But he missed. Karl.
Where's my Karl?
This Karl here, and he is like a slavering berserk beast.
Boy.
There's only one way to overcome your fears, and that's to punch them in the face. Come here, fear.
Don't forget the target. Don't forget to target him.
I got
Worth.
Oh, that's right. I gotta hover
Yeah.
and then press T.
Yes.
There we go.
I assume you're punching him in the head.
Go for the eyes, boo!
Nega Karl.
Oh, come on, mouse.
Next up is Buck's doppelganger. That does not count as a critical failure, because one of them did succeed. One of them was a critical failure. The other one was not. So go ahead and roll damage for the one that you hit.
I don't suppose I could Benny that.
Not the critical failure, no.
Ah, well.
All right, so there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is your blight doppelganger collapses into a pile of blight. The bad news is this was somewhat psychologically harrowing, so I'd like you to make a spirit roll to see how you react to that. Okay, you're good.
Emotional
I am
steroids.
psychologically sound.
Yeah. Next up, Buck's doppelganger rolls on up to Buck.
I don't suppose punching him got us a token.
It actually got you 3.
Woo!
Well done.
Wow.
And 11 to go. And says, "You mushroom-riddled fool, you're doomed. You cannot stand against me." All right. Make a spirit roll
But
to
can
resist
I?
the intimidation.
Spirit roll. Mhm. Work. Oh, keeps dragging the menu. There we go.
That does not succeed. Would you
All
like to
right,
Benny
okay.
it?
I'd like to Benny that. Yep. All right. I got to roll it again. Why is it?
There's a reroll button there.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know why this isn't working. All right. Let's try that.
Not any better.
Okay. So I'm freaking out at this point.
Actually, you are vulnerable. He's
Okay.
kind of thrown you off balance with his taunt. And so he is also going to try to claw you. And that one, I believe, hit. Oh, yeah, because you're terrible in melee. Not only hit with a,
Yeah.
hit with a
I'm
raise.
no.
Ow. Oh.
All right, so it's going to be 2 wounds, which you can soak by clicking the soak button in the chat.
Okay. So why are all these windows? Oh, it's because I'm not using a full screen. Soak. Amount of wounds. 2. Any good?
Yes, that actually does the trick. You are not wounded and you are not shaken. You are still vulnerable.
But I burned 2 bennies in a turn. That hurt.
Old Blue. You might be muted. Let's look. Yes, you are.
How about now? Better?
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to go and seduce myself.
Okay.
What?
That's not disturbing at all.
No, not at all. So I would guess that I'm going to be using.
That is an automatic success based on your doppelganger having all of your weaknesses.
Oh.
So you start making out with the blight doppelganger.
Yes.
Give me a vigor roll, please.
Requires careless whispers and tender loving care.
Hey, at least you know what you like.
Can I re-roll?
You can Benny that, yes.
Okay, let's. I don't see what the result was.
It was still a
Right?
3.
I will go ahead and Benny it again.
Still a 3.
One more time.
Man,
There you
that's
go.
better.
So
Okay.
you feel like your life energy trying to drain into this guy, but you're able to resist.
Damn, you're a good kisser.
I would like all the rest of you to make
All right.
vigor checks for nausea. No, just kidding.
Understood.
Yeah. Okay.
Piety, you have a doppelganger up in your business.
I do. I'm gonna do a split action. I'm gonna cast confusion on my doppelganger and do a spirit roll.
Okay. Both of those will be at -2.
Let me think about this. All right. Yeah, I think this is worth it. So this is going to be at a -2.
Yep.
Ah.
That will definitely not succeed.
Let me re-roll that.
That does the trick, though.
Okay. And my spirit roll also at -2.
Oh, he's got to make a smarts roll at -2.
Oh, oops. Okay.
Well, to see it, that's just to see what the effect was. So I'll get you a token. And your doppelganger is distracted and vulnerable.
Cool.
At least till
So
the
Karl,
end.
if you always itch to punch Piety, here's your chance.
All right. So the Blight doppelganger, who's making out with Old Blue, gets a little enthusiastic and is going to claw you.
Hey, baby, that's a bit rough.
But does not actually succeed.
What is going on?
Too rough, baby. Too rough.
Buck, you also have a doppelganger up in your business.
Well, given that he taunted me last turn and messed with me, I want to figure out how to like undo the condition I'm in right now.
You can't.
I can't.
But it will go away at the end of your turn.
Okay. So I'm going to sort of counter and assert, well, I might, be foolish and mushroomy or blah, blah, but I never run out of ideas, and I'm always looking at inventive, wacky ways out of things and how to help others and keep us going or being open to other ideas. So you can take that nonsense, and that's patooey. And I make a very determined spirit roll as I'm, waving,
Okay.
my finger wag. Yeah, there's this weird drop menu that keeps like popping whenever I hover, so it's very hard to make the rules. So I know after this I've got to move that. All right.
All right, that's worth a token. You're down to needing 9 now over the next 2 rounds. And last but not least, Booker's doppelganger rolls on up.
I gotta blast it.
You're old and slow and drunk and useless. You cannot blast it this round.
Oh, I thought I had 2.
Oh, were you going to?
Because I had a joker.
You cast sloth.
Yeah.
But you needed to. I'll allow it. You needed to do both actions at the same time. All right. Go ahead, and that will definitely hit. Give me a raised damage roll. I'm going to say you retconned and blasted it.
How do I do a raise damage?
The +6 die button.
Not good.
But not bad. That's enough to shake it, unless you want to Benny the damage.
You know what? Let's try again.
That, on the other hand, is enough to take it down.
Out he goes.
So,
Nice.
and that's 3 more tokens.
Nice.
That puts you up to 9 tokens now as we go into round 2. And leading off with Buck's doppelganger, who is just going to straight up claw you. And hit.
Ow.
Give me a vigor roll. Or, hang on a second. First, you're going to be incapacitated. So, you're going to want to go over the chat. There's a soak button there.
Okay, hold on. Says roll vigor, soak vigor roll. Yep.
Oh, no.
What the?
Right then, incapacitation card.
Oh, no.
So roll vigor to know your fate.
Oh, boy.
And so
you might want to Benny that.
I don't think I have any more left.
Let's see. Do you? No, you burned them all.
Yeah, I'm gone.
Whoa.
Buck Grayson is gone.
No, you're not gone. You're just permanently injured and bleeding out.
Oh,
Let's see
Oh,
what your
God.
let's see what your
Not
permanent
dead.
injury is.
But it's close.
oh.
Ah,
All right, so
a belly blast. Ouch.
Get it.
let's
Ew.
see what happened. So you're
Gosh.
bleeding out. You're down. You're bleeding out, and you've lost the die type of agility, which
That's awful.
if since it is 0, it's already at D4. What does that do?
A coin,
D4. It
a
actually
D2.
doesn't do anything. You lucked out.
But I
Kind of.
feel awful all the time.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. Next up is the dot is old Blue's doppelganger, who is also going to claw, and that's going to connect.
Oh.
And that's enough to shake and wound you. So
What the?
Thought we had something.
okay. So you got 1 penny left to soak if you want to use it.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you succeed.
I don't see the results on my side for some reason.
All right. So you once again managed to avoid the claws barely. Piety.
Okay. I am. So, how many tokens do we have now?
You have 9. You need 6 more in the next round and a half.
All right. I'm just going to focus on getting tokens. I'm just going to do a straight spirit roll, unmodified. All right. Hopefully, we just get out of this.
That's worth 1. Now you're down to needing 5.
All right.
And that brings us to your Blight doppelganger. It says, "You're too weak to strike me down like you should. And so I will destroy you." But it's not that scary.
Not with that. Do I need to resist that?
You do not.
All right.
So then he's going to try to call you, although it's going to be terribly ineffective. You're going to have to get real lucky on this roll, which he does not. But his confusion wears off. So there's that. Booker.
I gotta attack this guy, right?
You don't have to, but you could.
Well, that's who that's who I choose because he's the closest to death.
And really, you've wanting to take out Buck anyway, right?
You know what? I'm gonna peasant pumper him.
To do that, you're going to have to back off from him.
Am I gonna have to? I'm sorry. I have to back off of him.
Yes, you can't use a shotgun in melee.
I can't use. I guess I couldn't shoot him at all. I could use the Widowmaker. That's not a shotgun.
The
Right.
Widowmaker is not a shotgun. It would be a fighting roll to shoot him with it.
Yeah, screw it. Okay.
Or you can back off and just take the hit. So it's going to be an unskilled roll to shoot him on the. Or you could back off and peasant pump him.
I'm gonna back up and peasant pump
Or you
him.
could peasant pump one of the other ones, but it's going to make you
Everybody's in the
vulnerable.
way.
Yeah, you still got a decent shot. You just have to yell at Piety to duck, but it would make you vulnerable to the one that just took out Buck.
You know what? Can I blast him?
Yes, you can.
Let's do that.
You have to make it a very small blast, but yes.
Small blast.
Not with that roll, though.
Banny that.
Little bigger, little bigger. Little bigger. A little more boom.
That
Does
does
it
the
go
trick.
off?
Yeah, give me a damage roll.
Boom.
What
Oh,
am I rolling?
That's terrible.
Okay, Benny that.
Your blast does nothing. That, on the
Better.
other hand,
He's out.
absolutely
Oh,
incinerates him.
Cool.
So it's like beyond popping a nasty blackhand. Like it's like gone. Like, all right.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
vanishes in a puff of green flame. Karl.
Awesome.
I respect Piety's optimism.
No.
Get him. Oh my.
Weird rolls, but yeah, that first one hits with a raise. So go ahead and give me raise damage.
What is going on?
All right, that's enough to shake him, unless you want to Benny the damage.
You know what? I got bennies.
And that's enough to drop him.
Big boost. Cool. Good use of a Benny. Thank you.
Woo!
Well done.
All right, so he's dead. And as you take him down,
Oh no.
the light cave vanishes around you, as does the last standing doppelganger. Right out of your arms, old blue. And you see the fairy circle again with the pixies, and this time the Fey Queen is standing there as well. And she says, "Not so easy facing your own demons, is it? Congratulations, tend to your comrade."
Yes, indeed.
A little help here? Can we get a little help here?
My God. All right.
Okay, so first off, he's stabilized, so he's not bleeding out anymore.
Well
Now that's
tended.
a roll.
Holy
Thank
crap!
you. Thank you.
That is a
Oh.
roll.
You know
What
what?
is going
With-
on?
With that roll, I'm going to say you not only stabilized him, but you healed him 2 wounds.
What?
Wow,
Thank
that's pretty
you.
Oh,
good.
yeah, baby.
Well done, Piety.
I can't not
Jesus.
reward that kind of a roll.
That's insane. Thank
And
you.
his clothes are
Holy
clean.
I feel like I should
crap.
have.
And his back clothes are clean.
So you can that means Buck, you can also cast healing on yourself now.
Yay! Most excellent.
Okay.
Wow,
Insane. Why is it not? Okay. Click that. Why is it not? Oh, that's why. It's over here. It's a folk magic roll. Should do that.
That takes care of your last wound. No, sorry, it does not because of your wound.
Right.
So
and
you're
I'm
going
out
to
of
be
bennies.
you're stuck with that one for the time being, unless anybody wants to try an unskilled healing roll on him.
I can
Probably
try.
only
I'm not
people with
good at
bennies.
much,
Probably
but-
only people with bennies who would be good candidates for this.
Yeah. I've snake eyed before. It's bad.
All right, I'll do it. No, I'm kidding. Totally
What's
kidding.
that? What can go wrong?
What do you think?
Back to the
Walrus?
Okay, so that's not a natural snake eyes, so doesn't really help.
Sorry, I think I used up all the good luck in the room. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, apparently.
So she says, "You are worthy of leading a demon army." And she hands you each a filigreed silver talisman. This will allow you to communicate with demons. You can appeal to the vestiges of humanity within them and learn details about their past lives. Here, and she hands a scroll, is a ritual. This ritual can call many demons to your location. You must have a talisman representing each of you and chant these words in the ancient Fey tongue. Now go and cleanse the blight from this land. And she disappears. And next week, we will open up with all of you getting an advance. You can follow Happy Monster Press on Facebook as Happy Monster Press, at our website, happymonsterpress.com, Twitter as Happy Monster PRS, or follow the podcast on YouTube, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, iTunes, or Google Play Music. Like what you hear? Support us on Ko-fi at ko.fi.com/happymonsterpress. Happy Monster Cast is part of the Savage Worlds Media Network. This game references the Savage Worlds game system available from Pinnacle Entertainment Group at www.peginc.com. It is unofficial media content permitted under the Media Network Content Agreement. This content is not managed, approved, or endorsed by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Certain portions of the materials used are the intellectual property of Pinnacle and all rights are reserved. Savage Worlds, all related settings and unique characters, locations, and characters' logos and trademarks are copyrights of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. All other content is the intellectual property of Happy Monster Press. Music, Ice Cold by Jason Shaw. And Lobo Loco's Spencer from the Free Music Archive.
Oh, for sure.